We're on Keilim, Perik Yud Dalid, Mishnah Dalid. We're going to talk about parts of a wagon or parts of a drivetrain for animals. And this was actually common. This is basically what everybody had to deal with. So they knew what these things were. And as with us, we don't drive oxen and we don't have wagons. So it's going to be a little tricky. That's why we have cool books, visual aids that we're going to use. This is basically what we're going to look at. Okay, what metal parts here are mekabel tuma? Says the Mishnah, the Tamei parts, the parts of the wagon, agala, or the drivetrain, that are Tamei. Ha'ol shel matechet. Okay, the yoke that's made of metal. Let's just read it and then we'll see what each one is. We're just going to do the Bartanura. There's huge machlokot about what each one is, but we'll just do the Bartanura. That should be good enough. V'hakatrav, that it can't even be translated. V'haknafayim ha'makablot et ha'ritzuot. Knafayim are the wings that receive the straps. And the metal part that's under the neck of the animal. Hasomech, chager from choger is like a belt of some kind. Hatamchuyot, again, tamchuy is like a pot of some kind, but here it means something else. Inbal is the bell. Hatzinora, tzinora is the pipe or something. Umasmera mechaber kulam, and the nail that connects everything. So what are all these things? Oshel matechet. The Bartanura says, that's the ol is the yoke. Okay? So now, what's the katrab? He says there are two pieces of wood. Zeh mitzad ha'ol, and mitzad zeh shalom, other side of the yoke. V'hem nikuvim. They have holes. U'machasim b'oto nekev eitz. And you put into these holes wood. That's called the katrab. V'koshim otam shelo yisham tu habakar. So let's look at it. Here you have the drivetrain. Okay, this is the yoke. Okay? This is the actual yoke. Rambam says this is the yoke. You have this thing that goes across, okay, and it's a yoke. He says, it has to be metal. If it wasn't metal, if they use wood, then obviously that's not matechet. So now he's going to go into each piece. This is the ol of matechet, and he says that this is the katrab, okay, that goes around the neck of the animal. You can see here the animal. This is the katrab that goes across. So these are the wood things that go through. So this is metal. Wood, I don't know why I didn't color it. And this would have to be metal as well. That would have to be metal as well. That's what he says. Okay, there are two pieces of wood, and you put this wood, another piece of wood, not metal, another piece of wood is called the katrab. So it's interesting. I guess the katrab, it's a piece of wood, but it's, the reason I guess the Bartanura would say it's mekabel tuma is because it's subsidiary to this metal thing. And therefore it had to be, and then it would have to be mekabel tuma. Okay, v'kanafayim mekabelot et haritzuot. Here, let's go back here. The kanafayim that receive the ritzuot, he said, the Bartanura says, these are these two kanafayim wings. I doubt it was hooks like that, but these two wings are mekabel tuma because they're used, they have a use. They're practical, but not linoy. It says if they were linoy, if they were just for beauty, if you added all these things, they're mekabel tuma. Okay? Let's continue. Habarzel shetachat tzavare habehima, the metal under the neck of the behima. So the way you connect the thing to the animal is here. This would be a rope. It wouldn't necessarily be this katrab thing. Sometimes you'd use a rope. He says, but in order not to choke the animal, there's this thick piece of metal. So if the animal pulls, he just feels. He doesn't feel the rope that chokes him. He just feels this other thing. Let's go back. I just realized I'm using the wrong webcam, so we'll have to finish this Mishnah and then fix it. It's okay. You don't have to look at me. Hasomech hamechager b'hatam chuyot. Let's go on. Somech, okay, is yesh be'emsa ok min tabak gedola. So there's this big ring in the middle. This is the somech. Let's see if he goes a little better. Right. It's this big ring that the yoke pulls on, that the animals are pulling on this yoke. So the ring is, I don't know what it would be in car speak, some kind of big connector in order to connect between the wagon and the yoke. Okay? And you don't want to have one piece because then the whole thing would break. You'd be all messed up. That's the somech. Mechager. Chevel shechovin tachat tzavar hashor. It's this chevel, this rope that you tie. Some say masger. It's a yatet shenotim b'ktzei ha'ol shelo titavei ta'agala b'bnei orach ha'ol. Okay, so some say it's this big masmer. Some say this is the somech. Others say it's a rope. I'm not sure what it would be. Mechager. Here, chever, this would be this rope. That rope is, I guess, tertiary, secondary, to the yoke. So therefore the rope itself would be mekabel tuma. Let's go back to the Mishnah. Okay, tamchuyot. Min ke'arot k'tanot shel or, ukriyin tamchuyot. Ke'arot k'tanot, like small ke'aras, are bowls of some kind. What is that? Let's see if we can find that. Here, tamchuyot. I guess in a different kind of yoke. Honestly, I have no idea. Tosfot Yontiv, there are commentaries on it. And finally, inbal is the bell, that we know. Tzinora, umasmer mechaber kulam. Tzinora, unkol shetofilu b'masmer yavgel shelo yipol. There's hooks that you put at the back, they won't fall. Umasmer mechaber kulam, any masmer that connects everything. So let's go back to Rav Posen. Okay, the tzinora, he like draws these kind of hooks in there. And and then these masmerim that are connecting everything. All of those, any metal, so it's interesting, it's not only metal, any metal that's connected to the old, but also we said like other things, ropes and other things and other pieces of wood that are connected in part of the yoke itself. All of those are mekabel tuma. So when you buy your oxen, when the singularity comes and we all lose electricity, and oh no, we have to go back to, old times, now you know what's mekabel tuma and what's not. All right, we'll stop here and dedicate our learning to remember me, my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a great day.